Episode number 2. Can you believe
I
it?
know. Well, yes, I can.
Last week was so lush. Releasing it out, getting the feedback. Thank you. It just felt so lovely and wholesome. But we did have a bit of drama.
A bit of a boo-boo.
Yeah, so on Thursday, which is our normal recording let's just say catch-up day.
Catch-up day.
Yeah, which we're just now recording. There were an abundance of technical issues.
Many.
And we are not technical, especially me. I am the most untechnical person out there. So praise the Lord, we have you. Praise the Lord.
I'm not particularly technical, but
She is.
It was 12 hours of trying to
12
salvage
hours.
our recording, and then we got to the point and we were like, we can't put this out.
No.
Not because of the content, but there was an echo, and there was a setting that had turned itself on in Windows that took us hours upon hours.
12 hours.
12 hours.
And it could have been longer. We could have been
Could have
doing
been longer.
it for...
And we had multiple different, we bought all these different software to try it out with, and we got
Yeah.
it close, but there were just too many parts, and we were like, right, let's just call it a day, and we will re-record.
That's the beauty, though, of new experiences,
Yeah.
being exposed to different challenges,
Yeah.
and seeing how resilient we are as working in a team.
And we decided to turn it into something positive.
We did.
Because today is actually International Women's Day.
Yay,
So-
which is perfect.
Yes. So happy International Women's Day.
We are celebrating women who have got their boundaries set in place, who are still figuring it out, and who are in the process of wanting to, but don't have a fucking clue where to start. We've been there, babe. So today we are celebrating everything about women, because we're fucking incredible.
Even if we are bleeding through in the night, but today I am wearing red, so if we bleed through, we won't know. And yeah, we'll kick things off with this week's Am I the Arsehole? So am I the arsehole for telling my best friend to stop trauma dumping on me about her boyfriend? I, 32 female, have been best friends with Chloe, 31 female, since university. We've known each other for over 10 years, and she's always been someone I've considered family. About 3 years ago, she started dating Ryan, 34 male, and honestly, from the beginning, it's been a mess. He's broken up with her multiple times, disappears for days when they argue. He's been caught messaging other women, and once even left her at a party to go drinking with his ex. Every time,
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every time something happens, Chloe calls me in tears, and I spend hours talking her through it. At first, I was completely supportive. I'd go round to her flat with wine, let her cry, reassure her to see she deserved better. But this has now been going on for 3 years. Every couple of months, there's some new crisis. He's ignored her all weekend. She's found flirtatious messages on his phone. He said something horrible during an argument, and she swears she's done with him. And then 2 weeks later, they're back together again. The problem is that every time it happens, she calls me, usually late at night, and expects me to talk through the entire situation again. Sometimes the calls last 2 or 3 hours, and I've gently told her before that I think the relationship is unhealthy, but she always says things like, you just don't understand him, or relationships are complicated. Last week it happened again. She called me crying because she had found out I'd been messaging another woman on Instagram. I listened for about 20 minutes and realised we were literally having the exact same conversations we've had dozens of times before. So I finally said, Chloe, I love you, but I can't keep having this conversation with you. It's the same thing every few months. Either leave him or stop complaining to me about it. She went quiet and then said I was being really harsh. I told her I wasn't trying to be cruel, but I feel like she's using me as a therapist but will continue to stay in the same situation. I said it's exhausting watching her get hurt over and over again and not actually change anything. She's got really upset and said I was judging her and that friends are supposed to support each other. She ended the call and we haven't spoken since. Yesterday, she sent me a long-ass message saying she can't believe
We've been there.
believe I'd abandon her when she's struggling and that I clearly don't care about her mental health. Now I'm wondering if I was too blunt. I do care about her, but at the same time, I feel like I've spent years listening to the same problems and nothing ever changes. So, am I the asshole for telling her to either leave him or to stop complaining to me about it?
Oh my God, there's so much to unfold in this. So much.
So much.
Okay, number one, my initial thoughts, is she the asshole? Absolutely fucking not. She is clearly feeling something that's not right. And she's exhausted. You know, Is she a mum? Is she married? Does she work full time? You know, what responsibilities does she have? And then she's got her bestie needing her to be a therapist and to soothe her when her friend really needs to be learning the techniques and tools to soothe herself and have these conversations and hold these firm boundaries with the boyfriend that she should not be with.
100%.
I'm putting it out there.
No, she shouldn't.
He needs to go.
He needs to go. But equally, I mean, like, that's what friends are for. And, like,
Yes.
that's what women's do. We're nurturers. Like, we nurture
We
our
are.
friendship. We nurture our friends. But there is nothing more frustrating than when you've had to say the same thing over and over again on deaf ears. Like, it's
Did I miss it? How long has this relationship been going for?
3 years.
3 years. So
And, like,
she's
every
dealt with
few months.
Jesus, that's
Yeah.
exhausting.
And I guess, like, the thing is, it's like every few months, another thing, but a similar thing. So
Yeah.
clearly it's a pattern of behaviour. And Chloe, who I think is the girlfriend, she needs to learn a boundary to, like, make sure that she can manage this, because it's not healthy for her either. Like,
Yeah.
the internal conflict she's going to be feeling, and then
100%.
she's the victim.
Yeah.
She's the victim.
She's waiting to be validated by the friend. No, you're fine. He'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Like
He loves you.
He didn't.
That's what she
mean
wants
it.
to hear.
Exactly, and that's why.
That's why she's annoyed.
Exactly.
And it's because she doesn't want to hear the truth. And you can't help everybody.
You can't.
Some people are just victims, and you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it.
Absolutely. You took the words out of my mouth just then, even though I forgot it. So thanks for that. But it's really difficult because until you accept and see the bubble that you are in, whether that's toxic, whether that's a repeated pattern that you do all the time, until you actually radically accept it and see it, you won't. You simply won't.
You'll feel the victim.
You will.
And you will feel like everything's an attack on you.
Yeah.
And like, we have both been there, like we said before, like we spent many, many years living as victims.
Yeah.
And it does, like, when people are like, the world doesn't revolve around you, it really does feel like it.
Yeah.
And like Chloe, she clearly loves this guy, and he doesn't love her, or he might love her, but he doesn't know how. Like, their versions of love are very different.
Very different. And have they spoken about that? Do they know?
You can't trust him. This guy is not
at all.
trustworthy.
And as soon as trust is gone, that is it. You are working on nothing.
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 And the problem is, as well, is that every time that he does something to her,
Yeah.
her self-esteem drops. And then it takes so long to rebuild your self-esteem. And she'll be
100%.
going back through that process of trying to rebuild the trust with herself and with him. Like, hearing all the fake promises. He's probably gaslighting the fuck out of her as well.
Yeah.
I love you. I'm sorry I didn't mean anything. That's why I've done it for the 5 fucking times. And then her self-esteem keeps getting dropped. And then it
Yeah.
becomes a dependency. And she feels like she's not worthy of anybody else. And then she's dependent on him. And so until that cycle is fucking broken, it will never end. And so when he's breaking her dependency, she's then leaning on her friend. And it's not fair.
No.
It's not fair on the friend.
It's not fair on the friend.
But until they can get clear boundaries between their friendship, that's not going to work. And like, we had to do that.
We did. That's literally what I was going to go into.
Yeah.
We have had to do that because although we're best friends, although these two girls, they may be best friends, but there has to be boundaries in place to protect your bloody peace.
100%.
If you are both just exhausted from this emotional dumping trauma,
And building resentment towards each other.
yeah, it needs to be said, it needs to be called out, and there needs to be literally respect of one another of, okay, I hear you, I love you, you need to leave him, he's not good for you, this is not a healthy relationship, and if you decide to stay there, I can no longer listen to this.
No. And we actually had an example of boundaries and understanding each other this morning.
We did.
And this is brand new, because this literally happened like 20 minutes ago when we were testing.
This situation is brand new, but the pattern of the situation is absolutely not brand new. So I have a real bad concept with time. I just don't get it. It doesn't matter how many times someone says, right, be here at this time. In my head, I've done the logical thing. I need to do this, I need to do this takes that long, I need to travel. I've done all of that, but putting that into practice and doing it practically, especially when I don't have the kids and I think I have all this time on my hands, time disappears. I'm not joking, okay? It literally is like this little black hole moment comes. It literally comes out of nowhere. It swallows up my time and what I'm doing. And then all of a sudden, I'm like anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour late. And that's not because I disrespect your time. It's not because of any other reason other than I don't know what the fuck just happened.
I know.
And I'm so sorry, and
I know
I
you
love
are.
you. And it frustrates me. And the journey I've had to go through to accept this part of me has been really fucking intense. And I know you know this of me, but I also know how this can come across and how literally this could mean I'm not respecting your time
Yeah.
and your boundaries. And if there's any therapy out there that can help me with my concept of time, please help. Because
I don't think it's not therapy. You just need to get clearer processes in place. That's all it is. It's like working your day backward. And like, again, I know we've discussed this before. And I think when you have the kids, it's like when you're going on a school run, and again, I know we've discussed this before, but when you're on the school run, like your aim is to not be late. Your aim is to still be on time.
Yeah.
And so you're working backwards. Or like if it was something important, like somebody's wedding or a funeral or something where...
Oh my God, do you remember when I went to the wrong wedding?
No.
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that.
Like I've been to the wrong christening before, and I'm like, where the fuck is everyone? And they're like, we're at the wrong place. I was like, guys, we've got the table, and they're like, you're at the wrong christening. Like there's a christening going on. I was like, why don't we know anyone? But you have to work like so when you're with the kid, it's like right, you've got to be out the house at this time, which means that teeth got to be brushed by this time, and this has got to happen by this time. And like, so like normally on a Thursday it's okay because it's my podcast day now.
Yeah.
But like today. It's a Sunday, it's a family day. The kids are with their dad this weekend for you. We are obviously still together as a four. And so I've had to get them out of the house. And that means that organising Dale, setting him up, getting him out of the house, getting the kids ready, making sure they know the agenda, giving him a shopping list, making sure everything's on there, telling him that the shops don't open till 11 because it's Sunday. And then I'm like, right, I get them out of the house by 9:30, gives me 25 minutes to set up. You'll be here by 10. We could be recording by 15:15, which then means that we've probably got 2 hours.
Yeah.
Whereas in reality, you get here at 10:20 and then we don't start till 11:15. And then all of a sudden it's like, that's 2 hours swallowed up, gone. Yeah. And so I think I always look at the consequences of actions. And I think you, along with a lot of other people, the consequences aren't real life because, we'll just make it work.
Yeah.
And Dale's the same. Like he is always late. And I find it so frustrating because I plan what time our dinner's being cooked, what time we're having a bath. It all needs to be planned because there's other things that have to happen.
Yeah.
But he doesn't care about the consequences. He's like, I will just roll with the punches. I'm like, no.
And that's my take on it.
Because you're the fucking same.
We are not
You are the fucking same. I've married my best friend.
I hear what you're saying.
I know.
And you're absolutely right with what you're saying. But I have got such a relaxed take on time. Like, it is what it is. We'll work with what we've got and we will figure it out.
We will.
Yeah.
But it's like,
so I just don't stress
but then
about
my stress levels are higher.
Exactly.
And then I know that like you saw my hand shaking earlier when it wasn't working.
And I feel that energy from you. And I don't want you to feel
I know.
like that.
I know you don't.
Yeah.
And so that's a boundary for us that we have discussed and we're open about it.
Yeah.
And so I've said, right, well, next time I need you to be somewhere for a certain time, I will work your morning backwards for you.
And I will try and listen.
She's like, I don't want you to do that. And I'm like, I know, but actually it makes me feel more stressed.
Yeah.
Knowing that you are going to be late. And I know
I
you
message,
love me,
like
and
I do
know
tell
you
when I'm gonna be late.
I know.
But then
it's
like, okay, you're still gonna be late.
I know.
I'm like, okay, time.
I know.
Time.
And it was also my fault. I should have told you to be here for between 9 and 9:30, not 9:30 and 10.
I know, right?
I know.
Come
I
on.
know, it's my fault. I'm the problem.
You're the problem, not me. No, none of us are the problem.
It's just about like airing a boundary. And there's been quite a few other moments where we've had to have like, actually, I don't like that you said that. Or like we've had a few phone calls and afterwards you've called me back and you're like, actually, I didn't like how you said that. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I didn't realise that's how I made you feel.
And it's so fucking scary having those conversations, especially with someone that you love and value, and you don't want to lose that friendship or relationship. It is so scary, especially when you have a ridiculous amount of evidence that people are not going to hear you and hear how that made you feel.
Yeah.
So then you decide not to do it.
Yeah.
But when you do, it's afterwards your nerve system is calm.
It's so powerful.
It's so powerful.
And also, again, it just helps to strengthen your relationship. Like it's communication and everything. But if we had gone back like 4 years ago, or like I guess the clearest time that we've had to have a discussion about our boundaries when I was pregnant and you were going through a breakup.
Yeah.
And at that time, we both felt like the other person wasn't important to each other.
Yeah.
And the way that we had to deal with it then was just by having a separation of time. And it was like, actually, I can't talk to you at the moment because I'm really upset by you, but I don't know how to articulate that. And you were the same. I feel let down and I can't support you and I feel bad that I can't, but there are reasons for it. So fine, let's take a beat.
Yeah.
And so we spent like what 6 months not talking.
Yeah. And it was horrible.
And it was and like obviously I just had a baby
hard.
and you're going through a horrible breakup.
Yeah.
And it was really hard. But again,
But we needed it.
we did.
Yeah.
And had we have not have addressed that at the time, and we were only a year into like becoming who we are now.
Yeah.
And like we are constant works in progress. There's always room for improvement from everybody.
Always.
But had we not have had that conversation, we probably wouldn't be friends now.
Probably not.
It would have blown up because we
Yeah.
were both way too emotionally attached.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
The emotions would have overtaken the importance of actually this friendship.
And I think maybe with Chloe in this situation, it's almost like actually you need to address that she shouldn't be with him. But if she's going to choose to stay with him, that's just part of your friendship that you can no longer have. Like she can whinge about it, but you're no longer her therapy dump. And she will see it. She will see it, but not at the moment, not while she's in the thick of it. She needs to rebuild her self-esteem, rebuild her trust with herself, look at the evidence, like what the evidence is showing her. And she needs to make that decision for herself. If you force that decision for her, she's going to be resentful of you. And you know, you might end up being the villain. And if you're okay with that, then great. But actually, that's not going to be better for your relationship. It's not going to improve anything for you. Whereas I think if you just give her space and help her with the tools and like giving her guidance, but protecting your own space and energy at the same time, because that's what you've got to do.
Important thing. Yeah, definitely.
Because otherwise, there's nothing.
No. Then you can't look after someone else.
No, you can't. It's like what and actually, this is one of Dale's coining phrases, and he does know that I coin it because I tell my members it all the time. When you're in an aeroplane, when the flight's going down, they tell you to do your own air mask before you do somebody else's, because if you've got no fucking air, you're useless.
Exactly.
And I think as mothers and as women, we are so busy fixing everyone's fucking problems.
Especially you. You are like
Especially
the
me,
ultimate like person
I get such
to do
a
this.
thrill out of it though.
You do.
I do. I get such
and
a...
I'm like, look after yourself. God,
I get
girl.
such a buzz from helping other people.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Dale's always like, get your own fucking air mask on.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you have to get your own air mask on, and then you are a better mother, a better friend, a better partner. Whereas if you're struggling for air, you're gonna fucking burn out and die.
100%.
That's nice and happy.
And if the friend is struggling for air right now and she's just not feeling it, then she needs to just say, listen, I need a time out here.
Yeah.
I love you. I want this to work for you. I want our friendship to work too. I need to take a step back for a bit. I'll come back when I'm ready.
Yeah.
And then when things are calmer and she has replenished her own peace, she'll be a better friend for it.
And if they don't, that's also okay. Some friends are just seasonal. Yes. And like you have been friends for 10 years. That's a huge amount of life that you've been together. When you get married and when you have kids, or when you have kids, then get married or don't get married or whatever, like the next phase of your life, there are going to be other people that come into your life and there are people that are just going to flit away. And I used to find that really hard. Like my best friend of 13 years, we'd been through weddings, we'd been through my mum dying, we'd been through other health scares. Like we'd done everything together. And then I had Freddie, and then I lost all of my weight. And it was from the point of losing weight where the behavior that I was getting from her wasn't what I was expecting. And I was on this journey of like bettering myself, not just in losing weight, but trying to really figure out who I was and how to like manage my anger and how to manage my boundaries. And she wasn't at that stage in her life, and I didn't see that at the time. She was still being who we were before. And so we're no longer friends, and we haven't been friends for many years. And it is sad, but actually, like, we had such a great time together.
Yeah.
And our life was so rich while it was together, but then it just became quite toxic, and you were having like resentment and horrible thoughts towards somebody. And so it's okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of like me. If you remember, I had two besties.
I do remember.
And they were my besties.
I remember the whole breakup of it all. Yeah,
it
it felt
heartbreaking.
horrible.
Yeah. I had two besties since school. We went through the whole of secondary school together. I move all the time. I'm a
traveller
mover.
at heart.
I am, yes. I don't like staying in the same place. for too long. And that was the same as my mum. That's just how I was raised. And my friends knew this about me, and every time that, there'd be long gaps, but we would still have calls, we'd still have, texts here and there, but nothing too intrusive because I'm rubbish on my phone. But when we did get back together, it's like nothing had happened. We were besties again, we were out having a good time, we were seeing each other all the time, and we just formed this gorgeous friendship. But then I moved away again, and I had my first baby. And as soon as I had my baby, not only was I terrified, I didn't have my mum, I felt lost, I wasn't in a secure relationship, I felt so much want and need for them to be such a huge part of my life, and they just weren't.
I think what you always dream of, don't you, is like what you always see on TV is where your best friends become the aunts that you always wanted. It's like, especially when you haven't got a big family, and I don't either. You have this expectation or a dream that I guess is an expectation that this person who's so important in your life will be such a huge part of your children's life.
100%.
And when they aren't, it is fucking heartbreaking. It feels like a stab at you.
It does.
It's like
I
and
took
it's
it
not.
so personally.
And it's not.
Yeah.
But
I know
oh
this
my
now.
God. the fucking pain of it.
Oh my God.
It feels like such a betrayal.
Yeah.
Especially because we don't have if we had our mums, would it be different? I don't know.
Who knows? We don't know any different.
Because the fucking selfish bitches died.
I know. How dare they fucking die?
Your best friends and my best friend, neither of which were the aunts they were meant to be.
Yeah.
And that's
or we had hoped that they would
that
be.
we wanted, that we had dreamt.
Yes.
And that's so hard.
It's heartbreaking. It's sad. And do you know what? I actually grieved. Not only, I was grieving so many different things when I had my first baby.
Yeah.
And
it shouldn't have ever been that way. It's so unfair that was our life.
Yeah.
But also, additional hormones.
Yeah.
Had we have been the people. I mean, and again, I guess by the time I'd had Reese, I was on that journey to becoming a better person.
Yeah.
And I was like, 2 years in at that point. And it was nowhere near as hard as it was the first time. So I do think that we becoming less victims and the world revolving around us less was definitely helpful doing it 100%. With a clearer mind, because you can enjoy it a bit more.
Yeah.
But when you're in that moment,
it's a joke.
It's hard.
So when I had my first baby, this was 7 years ago. I hadn't even begun my journey of self-development or self-discovery.
Or awareness.
That was
the problem.
Exactly.
The lack of awareness.
I just wanted and needed people around me and love me and soothe me and just be here for me. Love me. I don't know what I'm doing in life. I'm a lost soul. And they
Have some breast
weren't.
milk.
Yes, exactly. Suck my fucking nipple. Oh my God. And they weren't. And so then I had to break up this friendship. And it was really horrible. And it was not nice for a long time. We decided to just quietly exit each other's lives. And, there's the odd comment and everything here or there and everywhere nowadays, but it doesn't mean anything. No. There's no back to it. They don't know my life now. They don't know me now. I don't know them and their life now. And one of those friends, she actually has a baby now. And it does break my heart because I always wanted to be the auntie for their children as much as I did for mine. But there's not that connection anymore. And it is what it is. And that is okay. And I am so...
And we have now found the aunts for our kids.
Thank fucking God.
I know. And we were there all along. We just weren't at that phase in our life.
I'm grateful for that friendship. I'm grateful for that time. It was lovely and it served the purpose then. And we move on.
We do move on.
Yeah.
And so our final thoughts on is she the arsehole?
No.
Unequivocally no.
Definitely not.
No.
You're setting boundaries, babe. Do it. Do it with passion. Do it for you. Protect your peace. Communicate. And if she can't respect it,
move on.
Move on.
Obviously I've seen you and spoken to you in a lot this week. But
yes.
How's your week been?
Week has been like a little whirlwind.
Yeah, it has. It feels like this last week lasted so much longer.
A month?
Yeah.
Yeah. So much has happened. Kids are great. They had World Book Day.
Oh yeah, what did they go as?
They were with their dad, so I was a bit like, this has been my first year that I haven't had them to dress them up. But my daughter, she went as Jasmine.
Okay, from Aladdin.
from Aladdin, and my son, he was Spider-Man.
Of course he went as Spider-Man.
Yeah, of course.
I'm surprised he didn't find like some kind of monster truck, not monster truck, like dirt
Dirt
track
bike. Yeah.
That's got to be next year. Like get him a dirt, like
I've got him on.
a book about being a dirt bike driver. That's where he can be next year then.
Yeah,
Done.
okay, love that, because he would love.
He does.
He is bike crazy.
He is.
So yeah, that happened. So sorted the house out, but also I'm tendering at the moment for a new venture in my dance life. So that's been really fun and exciting. Other than that, not much. There's just been a lot going on. There's been some good energy.
12 hours of podcast editing that ends up getting binned. Yeah, and we're here.
Yeah, I mean, we're juggling a lot of plates right now. So
There's a lot of plates.
we're
being
making it
juggled.
work and we're getting through it. How about you? How's your week been?
Again, it has just gone. Obviously, last weekend we had that incredible Holly Festival.
Oh my God,
which was the paint throwing thing that we did. That was ended up like just being like a random little village fair. And then it's inspired me to do Reese's birthday as a paint throwing party in the
I
park.
cannot wait for this.
Yeah, it'll be like come in your dirty clothes because we're gonna get messy.
Yeah.
Obviously it was World Book Day, so it was Freddie decided he wanted to be a Pokemon trainer. And I could not get a costume in time, and so I made one.
This is the difference between us.
I loved it. And like Freddie and I had so many gorgeous moments.
Yeah.
And like on Thursday, between editing our 12-hour fucking editing moment, we'd had dinner, and I was like, I need to, because although World Book Day was on Thursday, his school celebrated on Friday, which was grateful for me because I had an extra day. But then I had to like finish stitching like the bits onto his outfit. And you know, he fucking loved it, and he looked great, and he wore it all day. And as I said, like a couple of years ago, Freddie would just not engage in fancy dress, getting up, getting excited. It made him feel really awkward, whereas now he likes to stand out. He doesn't want to blend in. He wants to be different.
Love that.
And so like the first question I said was, anyone else a Pokemon trainer? He was like, no, I was a Pokemon, but that's fine. I just caught him.
I
So obviously
love
he was a Pokemon trainer.
And you really bond with your kids, especially Freddie. You really bond with your kids when you do anything artsy crafty,
Yeah.
and I love that. It's obviously not me.
No.
I don't have the
I love
patience
it.
or any artistic element in me whatsoever.
Well, you do if you're dancing.
But
Just
that's
not if
how
you're
I
crafting.
create. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm creative in the body.
Yeah.
You're creative in the arts of art.
I love it.
Yeah.
And like, I wouldn't say that I'm good at it. I just say that I love it. No, like,
I think you're bloody good. Honestly, she needs to be selling cards. She needs to be
no,
selling
but if you compare it to people who
photos.
actually do it,
Not photos, painting.
yeah. But if you like, I do it because I enjoy it. It like gives me a release. But I don't. It isn't. You couldn't sell them. And also, everyone keeps saying, "Oh, you should sell them," but then I'm like, well, then it becomes another
Chore.
another work.
Yeah.
And I want to keep this for me and enjoy it. And so like, and actually for the Christmas fair at school this year, I have said that me and Freddie are going to have our own stall. And I've got like this little secret room at the Christmas fair at school, and the kids can go in and buy their parents a present, and parents aren't allowed.
Okay.
And so I've said to the PTA person, well, why don't Freddie and I have a stall in there? We can pre-draw the cards, and they're just going to come in and watercolour them, and then they can make their own Christmas cards for their parents. So I'm really excited. Like, so Freddie and I, that's another little. He'll feel great about doing that because he gets to boss people around.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be good for him.
I love that.
And then obviously, yeah, like we're a week on now. So yesterday we went to Legoland, and I'm absolutely fucking exhausted today. Obviously, we could talk about ourselves all day, but you're not here for that. So let's do the Would You Ever? And I think you have a story for this one this week, don't you?
I do. So I was doing, a little bit of doom scrolling. Scrolly.
That's why she was late.
But I came across a reel, and it got me thinking, and I really wanted to discuss it because I think it kind of goes quite nicely with the boundaries.
Okay.
So would you ever?
When you are looking at reels, if you find one that you like, do you end up finding yourself going to that person's page and then like learning about their entire life, like an
100%.
investigation? Okay, fine. 'Cause
And
I
I'm
do that
always
too.
like 9 out of 10 times, I'm actually really fucking disappointed that it's like completely different
I
content
know,
or
I
something. I'm like,
know.
no, I
It's
wanted
always,
it to be this.
It's always really frustrating as well. Like when someone comments, like I get it all the time on my stuff, where someone will comment on a reel. And it's like, bro, do some fucking homework. Look at my grid and you will see the bigger picture. Like there's only so much I can convey in a 60-second fucking reel.
True.
So thank you. I'm glad that you are being thorough with that. And
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to have a bit more context than just the singular reel here. Hit me.
Okay.
Would you ever?
So a woman came on and she was telling a story about how she's married, happily married. She's got a child with this husband. They live a life of greatness. They go out with each other. They're on date nights. They're this. But a curiosity just came over her and she wanted to know what it was like to experience time with a woman sexually. And she spoke to her husband about this. She had a safe space. She spoke to her husband about this. And he was like, okay, well, how about we open up the marriage? You go and do what you need to do. So she did. And she started experimenting.
Stop
with
it.
women. Yes.
While still married.
While still married.
With his permission.
With his permission.
Oh, my Jesus. I just can't.
This experiment for her then went into them experimenting together.
No.
So they go to sex parties together. They have like little private settings where there are certain other couples and they will share. They basically share. But he can be going off doing whoever or whatever he wants to be doing whilst she's watching. And the same for her. She can be doing whoever or whatever with someone and he will be watching.
And does she just do women or does she do men?
Both.
What?
So this is now transpired into a we are now in a open marriage.
That then completely fucking negates the original issue. She wanted to get fingered by a girl. And so she went for women. And then why is she fucking another man? What's wrong with her husband's peace?
So this is why she wanted to do the reel. She was like, there is nothing wrong with my marriage. We're not lacking anything. We're not missing anything.
Bullshit.
But we want to experiment. And then this then transpires into a bit of a dick tease, a bit of a fanny tease when it's just them getting intimate together, thinking about all their other experiences. And I'm single, okay? My curiosity to experiment, to experience different things, I want to experience all.
So I had the phone call last year, didn't I? I think I was prepping for the retreat. And you called me on a random day in August and you were like, I've got something to tell you, Georgie. And I was like, okay.
What is it now? I can't take any more.
And you're like, I'm a lesbian. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And you're like, oh, okay. I was like, talk me through it. So obviously you did experiment with women.
Yes.
And we know that you are an energy person.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if it's a fucking kebab or a sausage. You're down for a buffet, but you just want to make sure that the sauce is okay. If the sauce is wrong, then you're just not there.
Exactly that. And for me, I experienced women when I was much, much, much younger. And then I had an 11-year relationship. And now, for the last...
With a man.
With a man. And then for the last 4 years, I've been a free little butterfly, just experiencing.
It's only been the last 12 months that you've kind of went to women.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then my curiosity got the better of me. And I've had a great time experiencing women. I just think they're absolutely great.
You just love the D though, don't you?
But I do love the D. Yes. And I don't think there is, a right kind of strap on that can satisfy the need rather than, a natural throbbing dick. I
also think the problem is
can we say that?
Yeah.
I love a throbbing clit as well. Can we just make that really clear?
Oh my Jesus.
So bringing it back to the real, I could not do this if I was in a committed marriage. I can say that.
Okay, so you weren't married, but you're in a committed long-term relationship. Could you do it?
No. That's my person.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't want to share my person.
It would really concern me if Del over dinner was like, I really fancy a dick in my ass. I would be like, I'm sorry.
Where the fuck did that come from?
Would we like to try therapy? Would you like to do this on your own? Because we're not exploring this together.
Yeah, we're not opening up this marriage.
We're not doing that. I couldn't. I'm a jealous person, and it used to really own me, my jealousy, and it'd make me really angry at a lot of people, and I was really possessive over friends and persons.
And
I'm not so much anymore, but I think deep down in me, I still need to be like especially with my husband, I could never imagine him with somebody else
Yeah.
whilst with me.
Yeah. And I think I would be
Like it
absolutely
makes
the
my
same.
blood boil. Like the thought, and I've always said there are so many things that you can do to me in a relationship, but if you cheat on me,
That's
we are
that.
done,
Yeah.
Romeo. Like,
Again, like we said earlier, when
yeah,
trust is gone, trust is
yeah.
gone. But for these two, this
Fuck
marriage,
that. No.
they are thriving in it. They love it right now. It does make me question, in 5, 10 years time, whatever it is, how is this going to affect their marriage?
Yeah.
Are they going to just constantly, when they're intimate and they're just having time together and they no longer do this experimenting with other people, how much of their mind is going to be actually on them?
Also, what happens if one of them got sick?
What?
Well, let's say one of them got ill,
Yeah.
like horribly ill, as many people
Oh,
do.
okay,
That
I'm
one
with
person won't
you.
be in the zone, and like you're going to need your partner
Yeah.
to be your. Like I've watched my mum like dying with cancer. I know what it does to people and their relationship. So how would that work? Would all of a sudden he then be put on a ban? Could he then go and experiment, or if it was vice versa? Because that would be heartbreaking. Because
Yeah.
like your everything changes when you're unwell, and all of a sudden the person that you shared your life with becomes who you're dependent on.
Yeah.
Like,
I think when you're in a non-monogamous situation,
yeah,
the only way it works is the way you communicate with each other and setting really clear boundaries. It's not right for us. I mean, it would be right for me now. Only I couldn't do it with a married couple. It would have to. I could only do this with other single
okay.
people.
So would you ever, single or not single, single or married? I do not want to share in any capacity. I don't want.
Not even single.
No, I don't. I've like.
But there's no one to share. That would just be you experiencing
I
and
know, but it would be
experimenting.
sharing because I'd still choose one person.
Okay.
And again, for me, it'd always be a man.
Right, yeah.
But then, I mean, you can obviously like I can appreciate how good looking a woman is, or like
Yeah.
if like someone's really gorgeous, I'd be like, oh my god, she's stunning. But would I want to stick my tongue in a vagina? There's no part of me that thinks I'd like to do that.
You need to try it.
Honestly,
It's fucking great.
I'm good.
Oh my god, you want to hear a really fucking... Actually, you know this story.
What?
So
What?
there was this one...
What?
There was this one lady that I was having a really good time with, and we were getting intimate. Things were going great. I wasn't expecting us to get intimate that particular evening, and I had been letting the bush. Okay, I wanted to see how fucking curly that shit got and how long she got. And then all of a sudden, I've got this gorgeous woman down on me, being very intimate together, okay? And she looks up at me and she's swiping her
So here, let's just
nose.
picture the scene.
Oh, God.
Okay, so you're laid on your back, your legs are open,
Yeah.
and you're gazing down at the woman below who's
I'm
doing
watching
her thing.
her give me a lot of
Inspect
pleasure.
the kebab, yeah.
Fucking kebab. No, licking my lemon, okay?
Okay, licking the lemon.
Lemon.
I've also got lemons on my tongue. Okay, so she was licking the lemon, and then she gazes up at you.
She gazes up
with
at me
hungry
as she
eyes.
does. Yeah, she's loving it, but her nose kind of swipes up. She looks up at me. It looks like she's got a moustache, a curly moustache. So I just see, like, from here, like, nose, curly pubes, and then her just going at it. I was like, babe, we gotta stop.
I do remember the story because then I introduced you to trimming your pubes with a clippers with a pair of like beard trimmers.
I did. How did I never think of this? So the next day I went out and bought some trimmers and I trimmed the bush, and the bush is now
Because
trimmed.
we don't need to clean shave. No one needs like I'm
Bikini
so
line,
ratty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the main bush,
Yeah.
no. But then also, if someone is taking pleasure in your little lemon, you don't want them to look up at you and it look like they're fucking Mario.
Mario and Luigi.
Yes. Luigi.
Oh god.
So that was really funny.
Right. Before we digress, would you ever? So I would never, ever go into a multi-person relationship.
You would never even lick a lemon.
I would never lick a lemon.
Okay.
Single
I'm
or married.
sad for you.
I'm not. I'm really content and happy with what I have. And the sausage. I'm a sausage kind of girl.
There's nothing wrong with a sausage.
There's not. A good sausage is good.
Love a good sausage.
Love sausage. I'm actually partially pork intolerant, but I would never give up sausage.
Make it a beef sausage.
No, I don't want beef sausage. I want sausage.
Okay.
And actually, Dale, his name on my phone is Sausage Work.
Obviously.
His work phone. I don't know why he's sausage. I don't know where that came from.
You're just thinking of his sausage.
Maybe.
And his carrot pubes.
The orange sausage. Right. Would you ever? I mean, we know you would, but would you do
Single.
Okay, single.
Only single, I would.
Okay.
I could not do it with a married couple or maybe in a committed relationship.
Would you do it with a woman and a man, a woman and a woman, or a man and a man?
I do it all.
What? You'd be split roasted.
No, not at the same time.
Have you done anal?
I've never done anal. I could not do anal.
So how would it work with two men?
Well-
I can't imagine the setup. I just there's too many orifices being filled in one moment.
Okay, one hole will be filled at one time.
Okay, that's the boundary.
There's the boundary, unless we're talking about hole and hole. But, one actual hole I will be receiving pleasure from.
Okay.
So that would be the man setup. I've never had two men before, and I don't know how I'd feel about it, but I would never say no, because if that opportunity came available, but that hasn't yet.
Okay.
And I say yet because who fucking knows what's going to happen
Have
in
you
life.
have you had a threesome then?
I have.
you?
I have. This was way back in the day.
Okay. So there hasn't been one in the last couple of years?
No.
Okay.
I've had plenty of offers, but it's been with either married couples or couples, and I don't want to come between their marriage or relationship. And I feel like I would.
Yeah.
Especially.
I'm completely with you with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also then what happens, like, if someone then messaged you, is like, oh, hey, do you want to meet up for a coffee? And it's like, no, like, we need to meet up as a three.
As a three.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
And then the thought of me being used in their intimate
Or
times.
getting any kind of feelings for that person.
Exactly. I'm a feeler. I
Yeah.
feel as soon as I have sexual relationships with someone, I start feeling quite
Feels.
big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an exchange of energy,
Yeah, it
and I'm a
is.
big believer of that. And you've got to protect that energy that you're
100%.
sharing it with. So if I'm going to decide to do it, there needs to be
We're all in.
connection.
Yeah.
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 But that was a great experience, even though I was obviously much younger.
And is it two girls?
Girl and a guy.
Okay.
Um.
How does it work?
So me and the girl.
And they were just two randoms.
They were friends. We had worked in a particular place together. But we were just
Did it
out
have
one
wings?
night. No,
Okay.
she had lovely wings. But we were just out one night as a group, and then us three, we just got really close. And we'd been really open about experimenting with other women and da da da.
And were you still working together?
We were still working
Oh,
together.
shit.
We were living in Brighton. Okay, this is
Yeah, it's the
this
place.
is exactly like we were just there to have a good time and experiment together, and that's exactly what we done, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun,
Oh my god. Okay, so would you ever? Yes, you would.
but with those boundaries in place.
Okay.
And yours is a straight up no.
Absolutely fucking not. No. I am vanilla when it comes to any kind of experimentation outside of my room.
So hypothetically, embody the single life that I'm living right now. Really feel it. You wouldn't even want to experiment.
No.
Okay.
It doesn't interest me.
Okay.
It doesn't. No. There is no part of me that's ever had a fantasy about doing it with two people.
No?
Or more than one. It's a lot. That's a lot.
Maybe I'm just greedy.
You are. We know that. We know you are.
So, would you ever? It's a no.
It's a no.
It's a no.
In
Okay.
no world would I ever, even if I was single, and obviously I've been married for a long time,
Yeah.
and so I can't even imagine what single life would be like, but I've seen yours and I don't want it. I love it for you. I love living through you. I love the stories. I love it. But I've never ever fantasized about having a three-way or a multiple. No, no, nope, nope, nope. Unequivocally, fucking no.
And I have no desire to be single forever. I just haven't met my person.
No. And you're enjoying the ride.
I'm enjoying the ride.
And the rides.
Exactly.
So, okay. So you would.
I would with those boundaries in place.
Okay.
Yeah. And I guess that leads us into nicely of what the whole meaning of this podcast is. It's just boundaries, bringing it back to, am I the asshole? Boundaries, 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 communication and respecting other people's needs. And if you don't do that, it can be an absolute fucking shit show.
100%. And like I talk about this all the time with my members, all the time, because I think that was probably the biggest change in building my self-esteem. And when everyone's like, you need to learn to love yourself, I hate that saying, because
I know.
it feels like everyone always thinks you're trying to love what you look like and trying to love what you see in the mirror. And then like, look in the mirror and tell yourself you love yourself. Fuck off. I don't want to do that. You have to do it from within, and you can never get anywhere from hating yourself.
Yeah.
And so you learn to love yourself by respecting yourself, respecting boundaries, having clear boundaries. And it is one of the hardest processes that I've ever had to go through.
It's brutal.
And there are some boundaries that I did not manage properly, and they finished with an absolute fucking kabang. And there are some where you can now communicate them better. But I feel like we're both big believers that everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And things are seasonal and people are seasonal. And even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment that person isn't, that they are seasonal when they don't feel like they should be, they have served their purpose. And that's all we're on this life to do, is to live it. And we have to live our lives for ourselves.
Yeah.
And so setting a boundary and building your self-esteem, showing yourself the evidence, building the tools, and learning to trust that you have a good instinct.
Yeah.
And same as what they always say as a mum, you got to trust your gut. You got to know the instincts, and you know it for
especially
yourself.
as women, our intuition is so powerful.
I know.
Believe it, listen to it, do not suppress it.
And obviously this year, especially for me, I've had 2 moments where I've said to you, my gut is telling me
Oh
X.
my God.
And everyone around me, including you, had convinced me that my gut had told me that because of previous evidence, but it wasn't going to be true and it's going to be okay. And I led myself into it because that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to believe. And I was proved that my gut was right.
Yeah.
Which is a shitter, because
no one expected.
I didn't want it to be right. I didn't want it to be right in any way, shape or form. But it has reaffirmed with myself that I know myself. I trust myself. And I am a good judge of character. I know what's going on.
Yeah.
And it has, that's all happened in the last few weeks. And I think that has really helped me to reestablish who the fuck I am.
This is it. And with all of, the people that I've dated, the people I've met whilst being single, I have known very early on that something's not right.
Yeah.
And the moment I set that boundary and communicate my concerns, or communicate actually my needs are a little bit different, and then boom, or kaboom, like you just said, I loved that, they prove me right. My self-love, when that situation 100%. Is ended, I'm like a volcano. I'm like, fuck, I knew it, my evidence was right.
And it should, and you should, or maybe you shouldn't, but maybe that's how we should be feeling. But I know that once upon a time, I would have just been left feeling like the victim.
Yeah.
Like, I knew this was going to happen. This always happens to me.
Yeah.
Whereas the change of thought of going, oh my God, this is really shit, but fuck, I know myself.
I know myself.
I knew it. And that is so powerful.
It's so powerful.
Oh my God, it's so powerful.
I love it.
No, let this be your fucking lesson. You know yourself. You know what's right in your gut. You know how to channel it. And just trust your fucking self. You're going to make mistakes. You are human. We're meant to make mistakes.
Yeah.
But make them, learn from them, move forward. But thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Next week will be a Mother's Day special. So grab your tissues. And we will see you then. Thank you.